Okay, let's just get right into it. We hear it all the time, right? That AI is going to completely change medicine, giving us brilliant medical advice in an instant. But, with that incredible promise comes a pretty real fear. What happens if the AI gets it wrong?
And that, really, is the question at the heart of this whole explainer. Can you actually trust an AI with something as important as your health? Well, today, we're going to unpack a pretty groundbreaking study that tried to answer that exact question. And let me tell you, the results were not what anybody saw coming.
You see, the single biggest risk here is something called an AI hallucination. This is when an AI, with all the confidence in the world, just makes stuff up. Now, if you're just chatting with an AI, that can be kind of funny. But in a medical setting, giving out the wrong info about a drug, that can be seriously dangerous.
So the fix for this seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? Don't let the AI just guess or rely on its memory. You give it an open book test. You force it to look up the answers in an official, trusted source every single time. Problem solved, right?
So, to put this whole idea to the test, a team of researchers built a system they called MedGuard-Rx, and the mission was simple. Build an AI clinical assistant that was directly plugged into or grounded in the official U.S. Food and Drug Administration's drug database.
And just look at this thing. This was not some weekend project. The system you're looking at here is a seriously complex, multi-step pipeline. The whole thing was engineered from the ground up for one reason and one reason only: clinical accuracy. Think of it like this amazing team of specialists all working together. First, you've got the intent agent, which figures out what you're really asking. Then, the search agent goes and digs through that official FDA data to find the exact facts you need. The answer agent then uses only those facts to write the response. And finally, the output agent makes it all look professional and easy to read.
Okay, so the system is built. Now it's time for the ultimate medical exam. The researchers set up this high-stakes showdown to prove once and for all that grounding an AI in official data makes it way more accurate and a whole lot safer.
So here's the setup. It's really simple. On one side, you have the grounded AI. This is our open book test taker. It was forced to use that MedGuard-Rx system and look up every single answer in the FDA data. On the other side, you've got the ungrounded AI, our closed book test taker. It had to answer the same questions using just its own vast internal knowledge.
And listen, this wasn't some simple pop quiz. We are talking about a massive, super rigorous experiment. They ran 1,740 head-to-head battles across 6 of the best AI models out there. And to grade the answers, they invented this revolutionary 3-layer system. First, other AIs for speed and scale, then a super advanced AI for clinical thinking, and finally, a board-certified human doctor for the absolute ground truth.
So the stage was set. The logic seemed flawless. The experiment was as tough as it gets. So the AI with the FDA cheat sheet, the one with the open book, it must have just destroyed the competition, right?
Well, this is where our story takes a really interesting twist. The results came back and they delivered a diagnosis that was so shocking, it challenged basically everything we thought we knew about how to make AI safe. Just look at this chart. Seriously, it shows the accuracy scores. You've got the grounded open book AI in blue and the ungrounded closed book AI in pink. Do you see a difference there? Because the researchers sure didn't. The bars are practically identical. Forcing the AI to use official FDA data made no measurable difference to its accuracy. Let me put it another way. They measured everything across 14 different clinical metrics. Yeah, stuff like safety, completeness, accuracy. And the number of those 14 metrics that showed any kind of real statistical improvement from using that official data was 0. Zilch. None.
The researchers themselves said it best, and I'm quoting directly from their paper here. The central research finding was a surprise. Grounding in FDA data did not produce a statistically significant improvement in the clinical accuracy of AI responses. The solution that seemed like such common sense, it just didn't work.
So that leaves us with this massive question. If giving the AI a direct line to the best data in the world doesn't actually make it better, what on earth is going on? To figure this out, we have to kind of rethink the cure. And these 2 charts right here tell the real story. Okay, so the chart on the right, that just confirms what we saw. Grounding didn't really help the scores. But the chart on the left, that explains why. It shows that no matter how you measured it, all the AIs, even the ungrounded ones, were already performing at a ridiculously high level. They were already acing the test. I mean, just look at these baseline scores. The human doctor, the gold standard,
gave the AI answers an average of 4.37 out of 5. The advanced AI evaluator, it scored them even higher, 4.75. And those other AI judges, a nearly perfect 4.9 out of 5. It is really, really hard to improve your grade when you're already getting an A+. It's what's known as a ceiling effect.
So here's the big takeaway. If grounding isn't about boosting raw accuracy, then what is it good for? Well, it turns out it's absolutely critical for building trust. It gives you citations so a doctor can double-check the info. It provides a paper trail for regulators, and it creates a vital safety net for those weird, rare edge cases. So it's less about making the AI fundamentally smarter, and it's much more about making it responsible and trustworthy. And that leaves us with one last big thought. We all started out assuming that the cure for a bad or wrong AI was just more data. But this study shows that's not really the case. So, if more data isn't the magic pill, what is the real prescription for creating an AI that we can all truly trust with our health? That's the billion-dollar question we need to answer next.